Hello, everyone. Welcome to penultimate week in the Geoguessr Reddit League. We've only got this week and one more left to go before Division 3 and Division 2 get to their playoffs. So every match counts, and we have quite a matchup for you today. Isn't that right, Calamity?
Yep, definitely. We've got me against Hugoalvara. As you can see on the stats here, relatively even. I'd say I've got a bit of a higher average points, bit closer on average kilometers, but his best game is quite a bit higher than mine. I've got a few more aces as well, but yeah, it's very close.
Indeed. And what you can't see on the stats page is that there are only 5 points separating Calamity in third place from Redact in 8th place. So with 2 weeks left to play, it is literally almost anybody's game except for the very bottom of the table to get into those playoff positions. So this will certainly be an important matchup for these two for how they will finish out the season. Yeah. So let's take a look at the map they will be playing on. This week we are in maybe the smallest map we've had in Puerto Rico. Created by Alok. The average score is just over 21,000 and it's been played over 145 times with over 1,000 locations. Very few likes, but it is a very interesting place to play nonetheless. Am I right, Calamity, that Geoguessr, or rather Google Street View, isn't the entire island of Puerto Rico?
Yeah, that's right. It's mostly just the outside of it, like all the way around, and most like all of the suburbs of San Juan, and then there's a couple of streets that go through the middle of the country or territory, I guess.
Yeah, technically a territory. Yeah.
Yeah, and the eastern part of it is covered a lot more. There's a lot more roads going through it. But yeah, on the west side, I think there's like 2 or 3 roads that traverse through the middle of the country.
Okay, yeah. So do you fancy your chances here, Calamity, against Hugoalvara?
Well, I mean, I know how the match ended, so I mean, I can tell you what I thought when I start before I played, which was yeah, if I didn't make any mistakes.
Okay, well, we'll see if you do, in fact, make any mistakes and don't spoil it quite yet for the rest of us as we jump into this match.
First look, kind of a suburb. Well, there's not many cities in Puerto Rico that are big enough to have suburbs, so that kind of limits your choices there.
Yeah, probably somewhere in San Juan.
It's likely.
San Juan is annoying because there's a San Juan, Ecuador, right? Or Colombia. One of those
There's
two.
a lot of cities like that.
Yeah, but they're big in Spanish, and
I always
so
get like San Juan and San Jose confused as well because they sound so similar.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Hugoalvara is still relatively close to the start here. I've gone a lot further to the west, I think.
Yeah, he's taking it pretty slow, reading every little sign. In a map this size, maybe that isn't a bad approach because you probably just by your location have a pretty good clue, given that there's only one city maybe big enough to even be a possibility.
I hit a dead end going west, so I returned to the start, and I'm now trying. Well, at this point, I've forgotten how I got out of the little residential area in the first place. So you can now watch me frantically trying to find how I did that for the foreseeable future.
Always the challenge in the suburbs is to get your way out of there.
Yeah, it's interesting to me how Hugoalvara really seems to check every sign he can find almost, because I used to in practice as well. I was very focused on just going as far as you can because there's so many signs for road numbers at junctions that you usually find a lot of them and have no need to find out which city you're in because you can just find a road afterwards.
I see. Yeah. Well, so far, neither of you have managed to look at the map, and Hugoalvaro does see
Yeah.
one of those signs, 167 and
167.
199.
Mm-hmm. He's found the
So he will look for that.
167 and the 199. There we go. So yeah, that's it pretty much. He's a bit west in a residential area there.
And he will start to work his way backwards to that starting location, which is a dead end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm still in that residential area, by the way.
Yep. Every GeoGuessr player's nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it doesn't
there you
seem.
go. You got out.
Yeah, with a minute. So
A minute left. Yeah.
spent about almost 2 minutes, I think, in there. Now I've looked at the 199 as well, and I'm pretty sure I've seen the 167 too. But yeah, I found the 199 here. What I didn't realize was that the 199 is a road that goes in two parts. And, well, yeah, 30 seconds left. And yeah, I was just looking for the 167 there, but well, it's not there.
Yeah, I always despise roads that literally stop and restart again somewhere else, while Hugo, with 10 seconds left, pinpoints the exact location and earns himself an ace in the first round. Very nice. Calamity is going to be a little bit far off on this one, unfortunately. 3,415 for you. And as you, at the very end, notice that, yes, this road starts again way over there. So,
It does.
yeah, a bit rough. So probably just, getting stuck in that suburb cost you that time you needed to check a little bit more thoroughly with those road numbers.
Yeah, I think it was probably more so even just the frustration at getting stuck in there so long that sort of made me lose my cool. And then I wasn't, rationally thinking about, well, maybe this road continues somewhere else. Maybe I should have looked for the 167 instead, because it is a relatively big road and it pretty much stands out at the same zoom level as the 199. But yeah, you're always cleverer afterwards.
Yeah, hindsight's always 2020. As we get into round number 2 here, hopefully it's only round 1, so you'd certainly have enough time to come back if you do.
Past me disagrees.
So yeah, it is really hard when you play and you have one bad round. You're kind of like, well, I might as well just stop, because
yeah,
I don't think my opponent's gonna do that. So
I pretty much said at this point in my video, like, pretty much GG. I'm gonna finish the round because, of course, I will, but I don't really have any chance of winning at this point.
Yeah. Well, never know. Let's try to keep the audience in a little bit of a suspense here. We have seen plenty of games go back and forth in all the divisions. So let's see what happens here. I think so far, about a minute in, you do have the better information.
Yeah, I'm pretty much there. I don't fully remember what I saw. Probably the 2 and 1 of the side roads of it. But yeah, I'm down to pinpointing here.
Yeah, that Suzuki dealership will be very handy, as pinpointing your exact location. Hugoalvaro, though, is seeing a few good signs himself here as he approaches an intersection with a Wendy's, something I haven't seen in a long time. There are no Wendy's in Japan. Well, there used to be. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's some in Tokyo, but there's not in Kansai anymore. So
probably gonna have to be relatively quick with pausing my video if you want to do so.
Okay, well, I'm ready.
Yep.
There you go, 4993. So you don't drop too many points there. A little bit rough in that pinpointing. Kind of hard though at that starting location. Not the easiest thing to do.
Yeah, being sort of below the side road and not seeing any buildings on the other side makes pinpointing there a bit hard.
Yeah. And Hugo here seeing some road numbers as well as a few town names. San Sebastian and
Can you
Kamui Centro.
can you read those numbers?
Looks like 4 something and 119.
119. Okay. Mm.
It must looks like 4 and then a symbol, not another number.
And it's
But,
usually those are the smaller roads that are 4 digits.
that might be a 4-digit.
Yeah.
Yeah. My internet is not having the best day, so sometimes these videos aren't loading at 1080. So challenging my eyesight here.
Mm.
Some of these signs.
I think the 119 actually might be one of the smaller 3-digit roads that don't really stand out on the map.
He has found a 119 and a 4 something, so it looks like he is at least in the right general area, Hugo. But looking for where he might exactly be. Now, reminder, he has found maybe where he is now, but he will need to work his way back to the starting location with 30 seconds. He doesn't seem too confident at all. This might very well be your chance
Usually
to at least make up some of that difference.
Yeah, in the case of Hugo, since he doesn't move much, he'll probably not have a lot of problem if he does find it to find his way back to the starting location, because he didn't travel that far. There's the 119. Yeah.
And there's those city names. So they'll drop us along that road somewhere that seems to make sense. With just a few seconds left, can he get any closer? See how fast he can be with that mouse. Not quite fast enough, unfortunately. 4,090. That's a 903 point gain. Not bad for you there, Calamity. Yeah.
Yeah, but not enough yet.
Yep, still not quite enough. You got a little bit more to go, but it is a start in round number 2. Yeah. So I think we see here where that slow approach by Hugo does have a little bit of a downside, a bit. He didn't really find anything until really the last minute or so, and then didn't have enough time to find it on the map.
Yeah, I didn't actually pay full attention into which direction he went. So I don't know if he just went the opposite direction of me and didn't find a sign for the 2. Because as you saw, like I really didn't travel far, and I was pretty much in pinpointing territory after like half a minute. So yeah, probably went the other way.
Yeah, certainly. And as we get into round 3, we'll see that Calamity is still down by about 600 odd points to Hugo here, but definitely within striking distance. But lots of good signs again. So maybe this is not the round to be making up any points.
It's the 2 and the 4 something, I think. A 3-digit number in this case, but
443.
Okay. Yeah, the 2 is, I think, mostly on the northwestern half and the western part of the country. So yeah, you just basically gotta have a look along that road, and you're gonna find the side road eventually.
Yeah, plenty of stores along that road as well to use for your pinpointing.
Not all of them on the map, but some of them are.
Actually, I had a game the other day where I got really confused because the store wasn't the right store.
You'll need to pause.
According to you're going to go fast.
Bit longer. No.
There we go. Oh, an ace. Very nice. So you at least won't lose any more points on this round with that ace, Calamity. But anyway, yeah, I thought I knew where I was. The stores had changed from the image to the current location, and so I was really second guessing myself, but I did have the right spot after triple checking. But you have to be a little careful with those.
It's always a bit annoying when that happens.
Yeah, because I think the map is pretty much up to date at any given moment, but the images can be several years old. So, but it looks like Hugo has found it as well, so he will be looking with over a minute and a half to go to be getting his ace as well. So with that much time, we would expect him to get it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, it depends on what you've got to pinpoint with. In this case,
But
it was relatively easy, but just because you have a lot of time doesn't necessarily always mean that you're going to be able to pinpoint it perfectly.
True. But with that location, I think it was a little bit of a safe call to make. But yeah, not much. An ace for both of our players there as we get into round number 4. And that 600-point difference still haunting Calamity. He's got 2 rounds to make it up. 300 odd points around is not unreasonable.
Does require a mistake though.
Yeah, we don't want to. Well, at least you don't want to see 2 more aces from Hugo here.
Yep.
But it does appear to be a side road or not a main interstate or whatever you would call them.
Yeah.
So
it does look like we're in some sort of either like a suburb or a smaller city somewhere again.
certainly a round where points could be made up for you here.
I don't think either of us has seen a road number yet. Now I have.
Here you go. 194, a blue sign this time. A little bit different from that white shield shape that we had earlier.
The 3-digit numbers starting with 1 are actually quite well ordered in the country, starting with the low 100s to the west and then just gradually getting higher and higher. So the 190s are in the very east of the country.
Okay.
While Hugoalvara has found the city name on a sign.
Yeah, he's seen the city name a few times, I believe. So he is able to find that while you're working off of street numbers. You will eventually make your way to the right area.
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah, eventually, yeah. Well, the nice thing about a country or a territory like Puerto Rico is that there's not a whole lot of map to scan. So it is a bit of a saving grace. There you go. Just under 2 minutes to play.
Which doesn't leave a lot of room yet again. Within the city, you might lose like 500 points, maybe, at worst.
Yeah, max. Yeah. So, and it looks as though Hugo is trying to find exactly where on that road he is. So probably quite less than 500 points.
Quite a lot less, indeed.
If any. Looking for a few signs. Looks like he does have a few markers to work with. So he will try to judge that distance.
What I'm doing here, I think, is using the road layout rather than road names to find where I am.
Well, he will guess a little bit early there for Hugo, 4,991 points. So he does drop 9. So a chance for you to pick up a few points here.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've confirmed that we're here.
Yeah, you're on that same road as well. Within spitting distance of each other.
That is one of those things where I've said a lot of times in the past that Puerto Rico is just difficult to pinpoint because there's not really anything on the map that you can use, except if you want to count every little house that you can see, but that probably takes quite a while.
True, especially if you're working with a very limited time. I'm not going to always have that luxury, and you will gain very quickly 4,995 points. I did see it. So you gain 4 points on him.
Yep.
Yeah, and so a game of inches after that first round, pretty much, Calamity, as we get into round number 5.
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
Each of us made a mistake in one of the first 2 rounds. His just being a bit less bad than mine was, and since then it's pretty much been relatively easy going for both of us.
yeah, and it doesn't seem to be getting any more difficult with
Yep.
a major highway and exit signs. So will be a very kind of, what do they call it, a walk-off in baseball, where you don't even have to really finish the inning too much before you can simply just cruise to victory, as long as Hugo doesn't make a serious mistake.
But I think I must have completely missed, because I'm pretty sure there was a sign for the 54 at the start, and I just completely forgot about that. I'm gonna make my way there eventually. Hugo's pretty much found the same signs that I've found.
Yeah, both of you haven't moved too far from the starting location. A little bit in either direction, just to confirm those exit numbers and in the intersection.
I think we're both looking for the 909.
Yep, and see who finds it first. But yeah, definitely not the round you wanted in round 5 if you want to make up 600 some odd points.
Yeah, in general, I prefer harder rounds over easy rounds by a lot, because it means that if I make one mistake in one of them, I can still make it up for it. If it's just 5 easy rounds, you can't really afford to make a mistake whatsoever.
And I know you always play all the other division seeds. So was Division 3's seed a little bit easier compared to the others?
I mean, I've said before on the Reddit League show that I don't think Puerto Rico has any hard seeds. There was one round in the middle of the country in the Division 4 seed, which, if you haven't practiced, made that a bit harder. Which I would have preferred, because I think I got 24.6k on that. The Division 2 seed was just as easy as the Division 3 seed. I was just being stupid in one of the rounds there.
So about a minute left. Both of you are still trying to exactly figure out where you are.
Yeah, Hugoalvara2
starting to travel a bit. He will drop points, but not enough. 4,965. Yeah. So besides that first round, Calamity having a very clean game, but that first round being the most important one.
As I've said in the video, I was pretty much done after that mentally.
Yeah, it's quite a blow when the first round is the worst.
Maybe just for the rest of the game, actually not even that bad for me, because it like takes the pressure off.
True.
But yeah, it doesn't help having no pressure if you're still getting no points.
Yeah, Hugoalvara will finish there with 24,044 points.
You can already see my score on his screen.
Oh, I can always see his score. 20. A little bit into the future here, 23,391. And we can see that you are 2 spots below him, unfortunately.
Yep. There we go.
So that will make things even tighter at the top of the Division 3 table, Calamity.
Yeah, it will. I don't think we've got any. Do we have any other match from Division 3? I don't think so.
I don't remember. I don't believe so.
I mean, you've probably seen it in the Reddit League show anyway. But if you watch these first, it's currently me on 17 points, and then 4 people behind me on 16 points from 4th to 3 people behind me on 16 points from 4th to 6th, and none of them playing each other. So yeah. Pretty much so. If I win my last match, I'm safe and secure in 3rd place. But if I don't, I'm probably not going to finish in the top 4.
Well, it's always nice to have fate in your own hands. So who exactly are you facing off against next week, Calamity?
The number one player, Goilo, is it?
Oh, have
Yeah,
your
but
fate in your own hands, but you have to go up against a Titan. Not
yeah,
exactly
I
the
thought
easiest of
about I
weeks.
thought about it actually, and I'm probably fine with a draw. Because I'm confident that I'd still finish top 6 in the seed itself, and I've got the best score difference of anyone like from third down. So if I'd get 2 points for a draw, I'd probably still be very likely to finish top 4. But yeah, of course, I'd rather take the win.
Yeah, yeah. Just to make things a little bit more safe for yourself there. Yeah, so a little bit of a gap, as Calamity mentioned, has opened up between, I think, third through sixth, seventh and eighth, a little bit further behind, out of reach of most of the players. But yeah, those top 3 or 4, I think there's 4 players fighting for 2 spots. So 2 people will have a very bad week next week, and 2 will be very happy with themselves.
Yep.
So we'll have to see that. And so, yeah, that'll do it for us today. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button so you can catch all of our matches, especially coming up. We have our playoff runs starting, so you definitely want to be on top of those videos so you don't miss any of the action for that. Yeah, and we'll see you all next time in Malaysia. Take care.
Bye.